Chapter 7. The guard knocks on the door and catches the sound of the master of the house, Defancio, responding with, "Enter." The guard opens the door as he is led. Edmondo passes through into the office. Defancio and Mateo are sitting and talking. Defancio turns to wave Edmondo over to the desk.
Yes. What news do you bring?
Edmondo stands tall at the desk, looking at both Defancio and Mateo.
The fake beggar refused to talk and is now dead. We have disposed of his body where he will not be found. Also, one of the usual beggars on the street has been beaten. He claimed to have fallen, but at the end of the conversation, he asks for your forgiveness. And we have spotted 2 more men watching. None of our guards had noticed them before yesterday. We received news that the new location for our treasure is ready.
Thank you. I need to start preparing for an attack. We should have plans soon from the master. Mateo, I need to send a message with this new information to Leonardo. Also, we must prepare to move the treasure. After I send my message, I'll be ready to take a survey. Mateo rises as he needs to prepare to send the message.
Yes, Father. I'll prepare.
Mateo heads out the room, followed by Edmondo, and Defancio pulls up paper and pen to write a message. When Mateo returns with the cryptics box, Defancio is finishing up the message. After placing it in the cryptics, they leave the box on the desk and walk out the room. Turning to the guard outside the office, Defancio says, "Please have the box on my desk delivered to the master as soon as possible." Moving on, they find Edmondo and 3 men heading down the hall towards the warehouse entrance. Entering the warehouse, they observe hundreds of unmarked crates of all sizes. Some of the crates are very large, bigger than the 3 men, while others are medium-sized and others are just small boxes. Edmondo turns to Defancio.
Sir, why have the treasures if others cannot view it and be aware of the wonders?
Edmondo, we are the guardians. Exposing the treasure will cause the rulers to take it, and the people will never be able to gain from the history. Until such time as the treasures can truly be given to the people, we shall guard them. Leonardo exits with a long cape and with changes to his facial features, motioning to the guards to stay. The guards watch the master heading down the street towards the river docks. Leonardo, with his facial features altered, a hood over his head and his beard hidden, sits alone in a dark corner, hunched over a flagon, watching and listening to the men talking. The evening continues uneventfully until Leonardo notices a man sitting alone, watching the ruffians in their drunken boasting. The man keeps his head down, working hard to make sure he's not being noticed. Leonardo makes sure he doesn't stare at the man, but quick, focused glances. His eyes show he finds the man interesting. With the rising sun signaling the new day in the city, Leonardo's housekeeper, Eleonora, arrives for another day's work. Entering the apartment, she finds the master asleep at the table. "Master, have you been up all night again? Now you must stop working. The meeting with the new bishop is soon, and you will be late." Leonardo sits upright from where he slept, with his head on the table, stretching into a yawn. "Yes, I remember. Didn't even have the courtesy of telling me what it was about. Alberto, I need you." Alberto walks in the room with a stretching yawn. "Yes, master. I need you to discreetly start asking around the town, why was this new bishop reassigned from Palermo? This is still a mystery to me. There are two possibilities. Either the church suspects our Freemason links, or it is somehow connected to the Mafacio attack in Venice. We must know if we need to disappear or if there are other considerations. Also, why was our bishop recalled to Rome so suddenly? He did nothing to offend the Pope, and perhaps this is a new attack on us.
Alberto, now wide awake, says, "Yes, Master, immediately. Also, I'll start working on your notes from last night."
After Leonardo finishes washing, changing his night clothes for appropriate robes, and having a simple meal of cheese and bread, he heads out for his appointment with the bishop. When Leonardo enters the bishop's office, he bows and, per tradition, kisses the ring on the bishop's extended hand. The bishop indicates that Leonardo should sit. Sitting in the room is another person, dressed in the robes of the church. The bishop indicates the other man.
"Master Leonardo, this is Father Luciano. My son, how are you doing after the tragic events of yesterday?"
"I am very sad, Your Holiness. He was a kind, talented, and intelligent lad whom I loved as a son. I'll miss his energy, kind spirit, and companionship. I wish I knew why he was attacked and who might be behind this evil deed."
"I've been told so much about how you cared for the boy. We have joined with the city officials to start an investigation, but at this time we have no idea who may have done this horrible deed. I am sorry to interrupt your time of mourning, but I've not had a chance to meet the most famous man in Italy and perhaps the world. Please tell me, what exciting task are you working on?"
Suppressing a heavy sigh of internal boredom with this line of discussion, Leonardo puts on a false, partial smile. "Your Holiness, I received a commission from a banker and wine merchant in Venice. His daughter is getting married, and he has requested a sculpture in honor of the event." The bishop continues,
"I understand the city is negotiating for painting or something."
"Yes, we are talking, but there is nothing decided as now. We continue to talk. So, Your Holiness, what brought you to Milan? Why was your previous bishop recalled to Rome so suddenly?" "Rome informed me of Bishop Marco's illness, and the Pope asked him to return to Rome for treatment. This should not be spoken in order not to create offense, but I've been assigned as a favor to one of the city families that have known me from their time in Palermo. To protect them from gossip, I do not wish to speak their name." The bishop changes the focus of the discussion. "I understand the city of Venice is extending their defenses. I was wondering if it's true and if I could provide you with any help in getting their commission. I know the Bishop of Venice quite well." The mention of Venice commission instantly catches Leonardo's attention. "Your Holiness, I have been dealing with the wine merchant Defancio from Venice. I've no knowledge of any defense commission, although if such work is being sought, I would be interested in the commission. The extra work would be most useful at this time in helping to fund the support of Enriffi's family."
"I understand. I check on the information and keep you informed. It has been my pleasure talking with you, my son. But now I've another meeting dealing with a search for Freemason members in Florence. I hope we can talk later."
With this signal, the meeting completion, Leonardo rises and bows. "Yes, Your Holiness. Please keep me updated, and I am always open to talk with you." In the warm Venice afternoon, young Master Mateo knocks on Defancio's office door and enters.
"Father, this message has just arrived."
Mateo walks over to the desk and hands the box to Defancio. Defancio opens the box and takes out the beautiful cryptics. After a quick spin of the dials, he extracts the message. Defancio reads the message with a grim face.
Enriffi was murdered.
Leonardo feels this is a prelude to the attack. They were perhaps searching for information on us. He will be sending plans for us to execute soon. Mateo feels instantly depressed at the news. This might be hard on Leonardo. Enriffi served him well and was very close to him. A kind and gentle artist, totally committed to Leonardo.
Yes, like a son to Leonardo.
There is also a note that he will work the wedding into the plans he will send. Belinda will be sad at the news of Enriffi. She knew him and has talked about his talents and kindness. But at least we have the wedding to lighten her heart. I'll go break the sad news. Mateo turns and slowly leaves the office, thinking about how he will break the news to his lovely bride-to-be.
Well, folks, we've reached the end of the chapter. Click the link to continue listening to the story. Also, be sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons so you never miss another story on Watcher in the Fall. If you enjoy our videos, please click Patreon on the front page and buy me a drink. Thank you.